Yes, we're back with part 3 of another part of the inspiring conversation with the 3 flying fish. In the last episode, we uncovered the tough realities of preparing for an ocean row, the physical, the mental and the financial hurdles they had to overcome. But today, we get into the heart of the adventure, life at sea. What does it take to survive in the middle of the ocean? How do they handle sleep deprivation, exhaustion and unpredictable weather? What's it really like to spend weeks completely isolated from the world? This is where the journey gets real. So let's dive right in. Not literally, you know what I mean? Here we go. I love these guys. 3 flying fish, here we go. Enjoy. Wow. So inside the boat then, how does it appear? What does it look like? And space-wise, what you imagine the space would be like for you? Can you stretch your... I know, and these are stupid questions, but I don't know anything about it.
Bigger than you think.
Yeah.
I'd say
it's bigger than you think, did you say?
When you look at it from afar, you're like, oh my God, you're living on that for that long.
Yeah.
But when you're sat on the row deck and you're rowing, it's actually quite bigger than you think. I thought when I first saw it, oh my God, this is going to feel so unsafe. Like having waves crashing in all different directions over you, you're going to feel like you're going to tip constantly, but you don't. You do feel quite safe in it. In the cabins as well, they're actually pretty comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah.
So not that bad.
So
I would not.
when you look at that boat, you see there's 2 pods on each front. They're the cabins. So the front cabin is what looks actually like the biggest cabin. But in fact, the biggest cabin is in the back, that pod at the back, because it actually goes under where you're rowing.
Oh.
So that's where your legs go when you sleep. You actually go under the row deck. When you say big, it's not actually big.
It's not big.
It's not big.
No, I know, of course. Yeah.
It's like a one-man tent. And inside the back cabin, it has all your navigational equipment. So it's got your radio, your chart plotter is how you navigate across, all your electrical monitors, your switchboard for absolutely everything is in the back, and your alarms as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is like a microcosm of life in that boat.
Yeah.
Obviously, because the nearest people to us will be the people in the International Space Station when they go over in space.
You're serious.
Yeah. I think for me and Rowan, it's all right because we're both 5'7", aren't we? So it's all right for us. Whereas with Harry, he's a bit taller, so he'll struggle.
6'5".
No, he's not. He's not 6'5".
How tall are you, Harry?
6'1".
6.
Oh, you're a pretty tall boy then.
6'1". I had my medical the other day for my scholarship, and I'm 6'1".
Anna, how tall are you? 5'7"?
And so is Rowan.
You two the same height, yeah?
Yes.
Tiny bit taller.
No, he's 5'7".
Harry jumped in there straight away. He's 5'7".
Oh, have a look at that picture, by the way. Quickly whip up that picture. I've got
Which one?
paint to
The
make.
boat one.
The boat one.
Justin made a design and he's made Rowan really tall.
He's made Rowan jacked and tall. And Rowan's taller than me and more jacked, and I'm just like, oh, fair enough.
If you're listening on Apple, you have to go over to Spotify and YouTube to look at this, guys, just so you know. That's
but
funny.
my dad's 6'4", and he was all right with it. So it's not like you're all clumsy, curled up in a ball. You can almost straighten out.
I'll show a picture, a real authentic picture of your height then, guys. Here we go.
As you can see, I'm obviously jacked. So as in Harry's.
Love it. There's a picture of them speaking on stage. What? Just quickly, what was the event?
This was at Ideas Fest, which is the Glastonbury for entrepreneurs. We did that last summer, and we're going to be there this
September.
year. This September, we're there. We're talking twice, I think, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
So we were lucky enough to go on stage with Gillian Ashcroft and Bernie Hollywood.
I've got that here. Hold on a second.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bernie's the guy next to Harry, and Gillian's the woman on the right.
Yeah.
And the other guy is on the far left is a guy called Robin Baines. He's paid for our food, which is incredible.
Wow.
And
Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
and we got the Lord Mayor of Liverpool there as well. Yeah. So
Brilliant. So quickly, tell us the roles of Bernie and Gillian, and we'll touch on Gillian a little bit more because I have a bit of a connection with now because of you guys. But nevertheless, talk to us a little bit about Bernie and then Gillian.
So Bernie's our team's partnerships director. He is the absolute legend behind the Free Flying Fish. He is the Free Flying Fish, to be honest. He's our fourth member, we call him. If it weren't for him, this wouldn't be possible, 100%. We have calls with him weekly. I'd say sometimes more than twice a week we have calls with him, and he's helped us with absolutely everything. He's the absolute genius behind it all.
So, so I got in contact with Bernie in 2023. And
I heard that, but I wasn't going to say anything.
And I said, I loved it. So Bernie rode the Atlantic in 2022 to 2023.
Yeah.
And he did this incredible campaign. It was huge. He raised a lot of money, got a lot of press, and I looked at it and I thought, that is someone who knows how to run a campaign.
Yeah.
So I got in contact with him and said, look, could you give us some advice on how to do it? Because we were still in a stalemate then with getting funds. He's like, God, yeah, let's jump on a call and we'll see what we can do. And he came on the call, and we started having these, calls every couple of weeks where he'd give us advice, point us in the right direction.
We used to every single time we came off the call, we'd be like this.
Oh
my God! Every time it was like something else that and half the time it was just us having a chat, but it would be like we would all be like gleaming, wouldn't we? Because it was like
inspirational.
Yeah, and he's got the contacts. He knows a lot of people. So every time he was like, right, do this or do that, read this book, watch this video, and we were like, yes, okay.
Right, exactly. So we had these calls, and then eventually, about 6 months later, actually turned out that the relationship grew, and Bernie came on board as our partnership director, and completely revolutionised our campaign and basically made it possible. We came up with all our marketing and everything, but Bernie, because of what he does, a little bit background of Bernie, he's dedicated his life to charity. He's put one of the leading charity people in the world. He's spoken at the United Nations. He's an incredible force for good in this world. He might be a really good person to have on your podcast, Andy.
Well, you'll have to hook me up, guys. You're the guys with the contacts.
Absolutely. He's got these incredible contacts, including Gillian.
Yeah.
Who's eventually made our dream possible. I think we realised quite early on that because we're young, we don't have a huge network. And that's what we realised. If we want to make this possible, we've got to build a network. And that's what we did with Bernie. We met Bernie. He's completely changed our lives, and he's got this amazing network that, thank God, he's tapped into and made our dream possible.
Amazing.
And yeah, I'd say if I was to dedicate this challenge to anyone, it would be to Bernie, because he's the guy that's made it possible for us.
Yeah.
Bless him. There's some good people out there, isn't there?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Gillian. What's Gillian's role?
So Bernie connects us to Gillian, and then we had a call with her. We had a few calls with her actually, and she was like, "It's amazing, I love it." And the great thing is, like I said earlier, all the partners we've got on board love the campaign but love us, and I think that's the good thing is that they think we're good, so they obviously will then come into the campaign and join the challenge. And she came on board probably. That's been to what?
Last year.
And it was back and forth, and every single time I had a call, again, we were just gleaming at the end of it. We were like, oh, she's amazing, she's great, she talks really fast, but so do I, so we get on really well. But then we end up putting the boat order through, sent it through to her, and she's funded the actual boat. And the amazing thing is, like I said, with our boat design, she's allowed us to have, give or take, full control of the boat design. So we've made it Three Flying Fish branded. We're going to have, so she supports a few charities. So we're actually going to have them charities on the side of the boat in little bubbles after we've printed the boat off. So there will be that aspect where she gets her like advertisement almost as well, and she can, because she's a philanthropist, so she's massively into funding other people and putting money into charities and things like that. So we still want to be able to advertise her and in a way of saying thank you. And the boat's called Jill.
We've named the boat after.
Love that.
So yeah, we're super lucky to have Jill, because without Jill, I don't think any of the other partners would come on board, because Jill was pretty much our first partner. I'm not going to say the amount of money she gave us out of respect for her, but she gave an incredible amount of money incredible amount of money and invested in our campaign, but quite clear was actually investing in us.
Yeah.
And that gave a kickstart to other people saying, look, like someone's investing that amount of money in us. Now we look at these kids and think, you know, I want to invest that amount of money as well. And everything just snowballed from there. It was just unbelievable. So thanks to Jill, our campaign has, you know, gone places, thankfully.
She has a great team behind her that will help push this reach, the reach for this and your campaign massively. I've acknowledged this to you before, but Gillian's going to be a guest. I'm meeting her next week for a pre-chat where I think she's in India, but I think she might be back by then. I'm not too sure, but I'm meeting her. Sorry?
She's doing a tuk-tuk race, I think, for charity around India.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I'm meeting her Thursday at 9 p.m. So it'll be 10 a.m. in the UK. I've been talking to her. We actually have, believe it or not, we've got, the marketing manager. She's from, she used to live in Australia, believe it or not. And she is from where I'm from, believe it or not. And we've connected. We're not far off the same age. And I think there might be a few friends in common there from Manchester area. So very small world. But yeah, no, Gillian's going to appear on the podcast and she wants me to appear on a radio show. She wants me to share my journey as well as her sharing her journey on my platform. So thanks for you guys for that, because I actually reached out to her to say thank you for supporting you. And that's just where our friendship joined, and the WhatsApp messages come back and forth. And she just talks to me like she's known me for years. I love that about people. Just love it.
I've never met anyone like Jill, and she is absolutely amazing. She's got a heart of gold.
She has. Yeah.
But I wanted to say the link between Jill and our campaign as well, where Jill's a massive leader in social care in the UK. She created a business called Exceptional Care that does amazing work with young people going into their lives, as you know, Andy. And it links so incredibly well with what we're doing with inspiring young people, and just trying to make people aware that it is so possible if you've got that dream.
Yeah.
So the cohesion between the two is just really, really good. And we're glad that we got, you know, a title partner who isn't a multi-billion-pound bank, but is someone who has the exact same values as us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it ties beautifully, doesn't it? You just couldn't get a better fit. You just couldn't. No way. Simon Squibb then, did things change? Because he has over 10 million followers on all of his platforms put together. I believe so anyway. Did that reel that I saw change your life as well?
I think the reel got over 5 million views across Instagram and TikTok. And what other platforms? Facebook as well. I haven't checked them.
LinkedIn as well, no doubt, probably.
I think 5 million views overall. So that's definitely had, like, following wise, that's had a massive impact on social media. I think the second it went up, my phone actually started to glitch out because the amount of because it was a collaboration post. It was posted on all of our private social medias and the team's one and Simon's one. So my phone literally blew up. I'm sure you guys did as well.
Absolutely.
With follow requests and stuff like that. I think I've got over 400 follow requests on my account, which is just insane. And the team account, I think we had, how many followers have we had before? 500-600?
Yeah.
And now we're, 1,500?
Yeah, and on TikTok. So we just started TikTok because we use TikTok, but we don't post on TikTok, do we? So I've had to kind of learn how to do it. But we had a little account and it was just like, I think we had like 2 videos on it. Had 35 followers, something like that. The Simon Squibb thing got posted, and now we're on 3,200 or something. Yeah. And we had 2 videos, so it wasn't even like, so they'd all come from Simon Squibb, but we got over 3,000 followers now on TikTok, and I think we're 1,500 I think on Instagram.
Absolutely, and it's great that we've got all of those followers. But that means now that obviously that doesn't actually mean anything, having loads of followers. But it means now is that we can get our message out to as many people as we can, and because of that video, we can, you know, we're consistently getting more people looking at our stuff. Yeah, and it actually gives a element of validity to our campaign. To say if our campaign wasn't that big, we wouldn't be able to do what what we want to do by inspiring young people to the degree that we can now with our campaign having a viral video like that. We're just so lucky, and we if I feel very low in myself, which anyone does, I go onto that video and scroll through the comments, because 95% of those comments on those posts are saying, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for what you're doing and doing for young people. And it just makes me realize, we are actually having an effect on people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And his message, Simon's message, is about dreams, right? So that ties in with what your goal is as well. Beautiful.
It's amazing. We were so lucky to have met him and do all of that. So yeah.
And he did say on the reel, and I'm probably going to put pressure on him through the podcast now. He said he was going to turn up to your departure. Is that going to be the case, do you think?
We expect him to be there.
Absolutely. Simon, you got to be there.
Yeah, he's got to be there. I'll be very disappointed if he's not. So
absolutely. Okay, the name then, Three Flying Fish. You did mention it before, Harry, but I'm going to show the logo now. Are you changing it?
Yeah, we've changed it again.
Yeah, we've changed it.
Oh, I thought I heard that.
Our designer redid it for us because me and my sister made that in my bedroom on my phone.
Well, still pretty good.
So yeah, so Justin's bumped up a little bit. It's the same general design, and we'll send you over a new one. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Coral,
send it on over.
Yeah.
When you can, send it over after this call, because I'm going to be putting it up, and I'll put it up with this one. We'll compare.
So we were originally called in a fantastic name, which was Young Waves. What an amazing name! Yeah. But Coral and a sister came up with the idea. Well, there's Three Flying Fish, because we all met in the Cadet Association, Air Cadets here in the UK. For foreign listeners to your podcast, it's our equivalent of I don't know.
It's the Air Force, isn't it?
The Air Force.
The Air Force Air Cadets.
Yeah, Air Force Air Cadets. And yeah, we obviously, because we all know each other through that, we wanted to somehow get that into the campaign, and Flying Fish.
Fish, because we're rowing the Atlantic.
Yeah, so
it makes sense. Yeah.
You do see a lot of flying fish on the crossings as well. So a lot of rowers, they get flying fish come and jump up onto the boats.
Get hit in the face.
Yeah, get smacked in the face by them.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Learn something all the time then. I didn't know that. Wow. You have to get some footage as well when you're on the boat. Okay, let's go. I probably should have started with this then, to be fair. It's just come to me. You three obviously met at the Air Cadets, but how did you three form this team to do this? Because there's other people, right, in the cadets. Why you three, and why you three with the chemistry?
So it's a very long story. We actually had another team member on the team.
Yeah.
Before Harry. Until this time last year, actually. It's probably about a year.
January, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's probably about coming up to a year. So I think pretty much it's just how it fell. I dropped Anna back. We told the story earlier. I dropped Anna back, saw it, I was interested. I said to Anna, I reckon we can do that. So that's me and Anna already in the dream.
It was literally just you. It would just be easier. We're all from Burnham, so Rowan on his way home would just drop me off and drop Nicole off sometimes, and whoever else needs to be dropped off. So it wasn't even like we weren't massively like best friends, were we? At that point, we were just friends in cadets, and it just kind of happened that it was easier for them to drop me on the way back, and then that's just how that kind of happened.
It is just the way of life. It's how it fell. If you speak to a lot of ocean rowers, you don't go into ocean rowing and you're like, live your life being like, I want to do an ocean row. You somehow fall into ocean rowing, which happens to be most people. A lot of people just say it's a drunken night at the pub.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much we fell into it, and we had a team member on board for 2 years. I won't mention his name, but who we thought was going to do it with us. He was as much of his team as we are now. But because of life choices, he decided to leave this time last year. And we thought, didn't we, Anna? We thought that was the end of the team. We thought, that's the dream over.
Join us tomorrow to hear more from today's incredible guests and learn valuable insights to help you lead your own way. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you then.